Good evening or good morning, good afternoon. Whenever you're watching this video, you are now riding with the Texas legend, Steelhorse, and I've got big news. 3 trucks and 8 months later, I've quit TMC. This is not a rant. This is truly a record. I've got the pay stubs, the W-2s, I've got the messages, and I've got the receipts. So what I was told, if I didn't drop the truck at a yard in Joplin, that I would get a abandonment on my DAC report. So that's officially where we're going to start this video. Stay tuned. And I put my 2 weeks in with TMC here. As always, you guys already know if you pay attention to the channel, I keep my truck neat anyway, but I am going through and making sure I'm cleaning and wiping some of the stuff down. I've got a few parts I have to actually wipe down like here. You know, I don't want to turn in a truck that is disgusting. Never do that. Right? They want me to bring it to the terminal. I understand that. The Joplin terminal. But with the way things are shaping up and me having an appointment and the weather, how it's going, and me trying to have it dropped off next Friday, and I have an appointment that I can't change next Friday, trying to get it dropped off at a alternate location where I know they keep these trucks at for drivers to pick up from over the road. So plus it was just serviced, everything was just fixed on it. They have that, they have record of it. So I'm going to see what the fleet manager has to say about that. So, as I'm preparing for a new chapter, getting this cleaned out, wiped down, my next move that I'm trying to do, I know you can barely see me past this chair that's over here. My next move that I want to do is to get this truck over to the facility where they store a lot of their trailers and a lot of their trucks. That they have some day cabs there, they have some sleepers there. I hit my fleet manager up and said, hey, did you hear anything back? Like, next week is going to be pretty crappy weather. And he tells me, oh, hold off, everybody's canceling loads, blah, 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 blah. So I hit him back. I said, keep in mind, next week I may not be able to move this truck. And I have an appointment on Friday that I cannot change. Like a mandatory appointment I cannot change. So all I need is for you to say yes, Elmendorf. But at the end of the day, what's going to end up happening is I'm going to have to drive this sucker down to Elmendorf anyway. I don't want an abandonment on this truck. I don't want an abandonment on my record. So a facility that has TMC equipment already there, that's very reachable. Keep in mind, I had 3 trucks in the 8 months that I've been with TMC. 3 trucks in the 8 months. I picked up one from over the road in Dallas, and I picked up the other one from over the road in Rochester, New York. This is the one I'm cleaning out now, that I picked up out of Rochester, New York. And then I drove it from Rochester back into Texas. And keep in mind with that one, it also was at a Peterbilt repair shop or whatever. So the person that left this truck didn't even leave the truck in an area that had other TMC equipment. So what their situation was, whether they got fired or whether they quit and went to another job, or whether it was taking too long for the truck to be repaired, you know, I don't know what their situation was. But my point is, this truck wasn't even, it would have been sitting there if I didn't come up needing another truck. And they would have been paying whatever they needed to pay for however long they needed to pay for it, as opposed to it being at a facility with the rest of their equipment. So far, this is where I am with the cleaning process. And I'll show you the final, what it looks like as I get closer to being officially done. The floor, gotta take this with me. This is mine, not theirs. Make sure I have all of my chargers. So I'll grab that out. I want y'all to see where I'm about to leave the trailer, drop the trailer at. Just so y'all know. So as you see down there, it's gonna be a bunch of TMC trailers. TMC, TMC, TMC. There goes another TMC truck, another TMC truck. So I'm leaving their equipment. And then there's a spot up front that y'all are gonna see later where I'm gonna park the truck at. But this is how the truck looks. The truck itself. Still sparkling. No damage to it whatsoever. No damage. No damages to the trailer. There was a hole up top from some previous stuff, but nothing else. And y'all see his trailer 36975. Tires. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this all in here, so all right, this is my part of my video. I quit TMC. I'm letting y'all see exactly how I left the truck here. Ooh, ah. It's up there with the microwave cabinets that was stained when I first got this truck and over the road. I have my cleaning stuff that I use to clean this truck out. This cabinet here. This one down here. Carpet. It's the truck 13695. It matches what I have on the keys right here. 13695, right? So, looking at the lot, lined up next to all of these other TMCs. You got some day cabs. Down here you've got sleeper being worked on. Day cabs, a sleeper behind the thing over there. So now, if I walk down this way, you're gonna skip ahead. There's a TMC office. TMC office that I'm gonna drop the keys at.
How you doing?
How you doing? Good?
Yes.
Just needed to talk to somebody with TMC.
Yes, sir.
I'm just giving up my position.
Okay, right.
As long as it's okay. How you doing? How you doing?
You say he's giving up his position? Damn it. Shit! My bad, I'm sorry, I'm gonna drop that shit.
I do that. I'm not putting anybody's face on there though. That's why it's down here. I'm just showing I'm leaving the keys here with the TMC office that's located in Elmendorf.
You're leaving TMC?
Yes.
Does your fleet manager know?
He already knows. I'm about to message him now, let him know I left the keys here. All right. So you guys see the video. You tell me, does that look like an abandoned truck to you? I did ask the guy that I spoke to the day I dropped the truck off, hey, please don't let them leave me with an abandonment on my DAC report. I let him know the severity of the issue and why I needed to leave in such haste. The issue is I kept asking about, as opposed to going to Joplin, to leave the truck there in Elmendorf. And I kept getting ignored by my fleet manager. I asked my fleet manager, I was completely honest with him. I said, I've been going broke with this company. I'm not getting paid the way I need to get paid. And this is just gonna be a multi-part series, so we're not even gonna tackle the issue of pay on this one. This was just to show that I did not abandon that vehicle. All right, that's one. I asked him, I said, if I take this truck to Joplin like you're asking me to do, then what from there? Do I at least get a rental car to come back? He's like, no, however you get home, you get home. I said, I have several things going on that I have to be back for that I did not expect to start occurring, right? Have you heard anything about Elmendorf? I thought he was going to ask, his ops manager or whatever. Completely ignored the message. So I ended up doing what I had to do for me, right? I can't budget in that. Once you heard that I was leaving, I wasn't even getting loads anymore. I was a bunch of people just canceling loads in the area. It made sense for me to take that thing to Elmendorf, where I was reachable with my wife, for her to follow me down there and bring me back home. I didn't have to go into the budget that I didn't have because I wasn't making money with the company, and the capacity that I should have been making money, and go ahead and get that rental vehicle and make it back home and pay for the gas and do everything else that I needed to do throughout the week, because I needed to leave your company because it wasn't working out for my personal situation. But I'm going to dive into much more deeply coming up on the next part. So if you're curious about what's going on, go ahead and like, share the video, subscribe. If you're considering TMC, I'm going to put up what my paychecks look like. I'm going to put up what my percentage looked like that I got paid at the company. I'm going to put up that I did everything that I was trained to do while I was at the company. And you'll see it from beginning to end. And I know a lot of people, well, I made pretty good money at TMC, or I'm making pretty good money at TMC. I don't give a damn what you made or what you're making or how you were treated at TMC. I'm talking from my point of view, my experience. And the people that are supposed to hear it are going to be the ones that hear it, because they could also experience what I've experienced at that company. So don't let it go through one ear and out the other.